here at PCS6 Europe. A very exciting plane path. It's going to be 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock, but mainly exciting, Toby, because Sosnovka Island beckons.
Are we actually head into military? I can't believe that we haven't. I mean, it's just we've been so used to having millis time after time after time.
Yeah.
There was a qualifier stage of a previous tournament where in 5 out of 6 games, we had military games on the rank.
Normalized.
Maybe it's one of those now where you realize then like, nope, milli circles removed, not even an option anymore. Because now we've used the entire month's quota worth of military circles in just 2 days. So maybe that's why we're not getting them. But I would say with this plane path, it looks very southern.
It certainly does. I mean, 2 teams dropped Millie Island, so which is fair considering this plane path. Everyone seems to be relatively chilled for this last game of the day. Who are you guys cheering for in chat? Make sure to let us know. This is the last game of the day. Of course, it's still a long tournament, but at this point, we're going to be 1/3 of the way
Vamos lá
through.
pagar que já jogou, por
Yes,
favor.
some teams have slow starts, but we're
Opa! Temos uma save para Lipúvica. Eita!
Military ending. Sorry.
No carpooling either. Nixie doesn't want to have
mais um.
Sitting in the car with him. Noki though.
Ai.
Jumping around, dodging and
Ui,
weaving.
faltou pouquinho. Cara, a safe fechou bem, mano. A gente tem uma safe, cara, uma safe grande, velho. Safe muito grande ali. Tem altos lugares abertos pra trabalhar que o algoritmo da safe possa fechar, tá ligado? Tipo... Velho. Ó, a safe tá na pontinha ali. Olha lá, vamos lá. Vamos lá fazer nosso trampo. A safe pode puxar pra cima e fechar pra cá. Pra essa região aqui que é full aberta. Ela pode fechar pra farm aqui, essa região aqui. E ela pode fechar, tipo, aqui, ó, pra baixo. Para essa região aqui, ó. O meu predict vai ser que ela vai puxar pra poliana, porque... Aqui é água, aqui é água, aqui é água. Então, ela vai tender a fazer isso aqui, ó. Tipo, ela vai fechar pra poliana, essa safe.
Over years worth of PUBG, because usually,
now, isn't it?
as soon as we head down into kind of the sandy areas on the southeast side, like southeast of the lumber mill area, games tend to in my opinion, at least, there's very little variety in how those games tend to play out. It's oftentimes very similar. When one team that would have to go pretty far to get down there is your Sakura Sanson on screen right now. Nixie just got away there alive, but a qualifier team, Joro, that has played pretty well so far.
Indeed, we've had comparisons made between their playstyle and Northern Lights. Very much a strong team, very young team as well. A lot of potential going on here. And it's fantastic to see how well they've been able to play. But I would say they haven't kicked it up into top gear this tournament so far. But for me, that's not really a negative thing. I'm excited to see when they do, because they can take the fight to pretty much any team in this lobby.
They sure can. They've shown us time and time again. And I think one of the interesting things with them, again, I mean, adding to what we've said both throughout today and yesterday, is how they are one of few teams that play very much the Northern Lights approach to the game. Obviously, there can only be so many teams doing the same thing. Slippy, where are you going?
we have some questions there. To be fair, underground car park.
Yeah, it's like the Batman cave. You got all your vehicles down there. Pretty cool.
Oh, drive by.
Let's go. They park up. It makes sense now.
Yep. In the meantime, Plaza not gonna be playing anymore today. Unfortunately, we were able to found him as Team Rage. We're trying to regroup over in the Liquid compound. Northern Lights catching them off guard. Liquid, speaking of, making their way towards the west here, realizing that there is a team down in the compound below. But where are they planning on going? Because they are currently very, very split here. I mean, James and Clip, they're driving around together. They usually do. But, I mean, Vavad and Mix, they're still coming. Like, they're on Potato now. They're coming in from the whole other direction. What are they just chasing people in cars now?
It kind of feels that way, but I don't think it's intentional. I think it might be opportunistic.
Yeah, this is them giving up the compound. They saw that there were multiple cars coming in towards it. They wanted this spot. I mean, it was pretty clear to see that Vartenmexer was coming down here as well. But now, obviously, having to forfeit it because they weren't all there in time, and they get to play the dirt road instead.
That was fun. We got to see a little bit of entertaining Betty Hill style, everyone driving around everywhere, but it looks like it's been settled peacefully. Salty found a care package. We'll very, very happily take that. This is towards the north side of the circle in the field south of Yasnaya, if anyone's wondering. And Sakura Zensen don't really have many teams that are north of them right now, which is why they can get away with just grabbing this. Team Rage may or may not have seen the drop coming down, but honestly, that's about it. So they'll be able to take this very, very comfortably indeed. Players will... I think everyone here, Toby, they know how to play this. I think they'll be able to spread out just fine, yeah?
Pode puxar para mansão também aqui, ó. Pode puxar para essa área ali também, que é aberta, full aberta. O algoritmo da safe, ele sempre tende a fechar o mais longe possível de compound e longe da safe, tipo de água, ou por exemplo assim, de água, compound e puxa para o lugar mais aberto possível, tá ligado? As montanhas, o algoritmo, eu lembro que ele considera como lugar aberto também, então tem esse detalhe também. Essa safe, cara, né, ela é uma aquelas safe que ela sempre puxa para Yasnaya, né? Porque puxou para lá, puxou para aqueles campos. Pegou Milta, tem água, né? Tem uns 20% talvez de água ali, ela puxa para land, tá ligado? Pra terra. Então assim, cara, é uma coisa, como é que eu posso dizer? É difícil de prever, tá ligado? Esse tipo de safe. Tu pensa, pô, mano, vai fechar pra onde? Vai fechar pra lá. Tem o campo aberto, por exemplo, de shelter, também, uma área gigantesca aberta, pode fechar lá. Tem uma área aberta lá em Poliana, na frente de Poliana, pode fechar pra lá. Tem a área do lado de farm, que é full aberta também, tá ligado? Tem na frente de mansão, que é full aberta também. Então, assim, todas essas áreas tendem a fechar, tá ligado? Tende a fechar, velho. Entendeu? Daí, velho, é muitos spots pra fechar safe, mas vamos ver onde é que vai fechar.
From them, I mean, jump instantly towards the east side when you cross that bridge, this allowing for the opponents to get too many bullets fired off towards you. And now, I mean, if you're looking at the map right now, they have an open buffet on the southeast side. If this circle goes southeast,
Isso,
first picks and everything. In the meantime, Beamy, silent pull up, but Salty is here, level 3 gear, ready and waiting.
Oh no, with an org as well. He even drove in. That was actually quite close. BB managed to get a couple of hits off, but there we go. Salty managing to grab that hit. T-Bone needs to be careful, does Salty? Oh, we'll close the door. It's fine.
Caralho, quase que ele é nocado, mano.
Beamy's gonna, I mean, whether physically or mentally, he's gonna slam the table.
Ah!
No! Salty trying to get away. No, you don't, says Correction. You backstab us.
Não deu não. Mataram.
No, and to be fair, now they're like, by the way, guys, that was an organ level 3 gear. Go loot up.
Yeah, it's, yep, exactly. And they will know that, obviously, with Beamy being taken down by it. 1 minute to go until the first circle is
Mataram o Durango.
and Tropic playing a wide two-way split, now realizing that they have BPL, or at least a team, in the nearby vicinity. They will, I would assume, not want to aggress too much, but obviously with PBL going further east, it's not really going to be an issue regardless.
It certainly is not. So a little bit of action then in the first 10 minutes here in match number 10. BBL, well, they're safely in mill to power, so there may be 300 IQ predicting the circle's going to end up going southeast. We've got 25 seconds until we find that out. This is Skade in the meantime. They've chosen a northern rotation through the Yasnaya fields, which is where the crate dropped earlier, and Sakura Zensen were able to grab that. Not too much in the way of bullets to dodge going through this location. The problem is, as soon as they get past Mansion, everything that isn't on the coast or in Lipovka will be taken. So we'll wait and see where they end up going.
Let's see where are we headed? Well, they
Nossa senhora, velho. A safe, nossa, ela desceu, velho. Shiftou. Mano, olha só o tamanho. Nossa senhora, que shiftada violenta foi essa? Tu tá maluco? Ela vai fechar pra mini milta, cara. Certeza. Com essa barra ali, perto da água lá, ela fecha pra mini milta. Mano, tá vendo como esse algoritmo, tipo, ele é maluco? Literalmente maluco. Sabe? Eu achei nessa safe que o algoritmo ia excluir a parte da água, tá ligado? E ia puxar pra cima, por causa da água. Mas não, ele puxou mais uma vez pra água, puxou full pra baixo e vai puxar a área aberta de mini milta. Meu Deus, velho. Não.
Against Nadler, but about 3 other cars coming over the top. I'm surprised there weren't 12 kills there, just running people over.
Meh.
Heroes are so eager to find kills that he accidentally knocks a teammate as well. Entropic not ready and waiting for this one. Usually you'd see Entropic be ready for this, but there was just so many cars coming in from everywhere that they simply couldn't react.
Meu caramba. Ah, lembra quando eu falei que é errado hoje em dia jogar splitado? Não vale a pena? Tá aí, ó, agora. A Entropic tava splitado 2-2. Segurar os 4 caras vindo, tipo, crashando, não segura, velho. Não segura, tá ligado? Os caras podiam ter feito HE e tal, mas, velho, mano, não segura, cara. Simplesmente não segura, velho. Splitado desse jeito não segura, velho. Tipo assim, ó, tem situações e situações. Se os caras estivessem tomando muito tiro, literalmente muito tiro, tá ligado? Literalmente muito tiro, teria tipo como segurar. Os dois teria como segurar porque os caras iam ser forçados a puxar a todo custo. Então, assim, você puxar a todo custo não é como tu puxar consciente, de marcando o pixel e tal. Tu tem que rushar e dar sorte de nocar o cara rápido, entendeu? Então a Entropic, como já tá posicionada, ela conseguiria segurar, hipoteticamente. Só que, mano, ali os caras só vieram e GG, cara. Vieram, tipo, só nos caras, de boinha, tá ligado? Só 2 caras contra 4.
Well, now James, the same exact thing is happening to him.
It's Ents that managed to get that knock onto James. Rustenmar from range there. Not a lot of space between these teams as they all compete for very, very similar real estate. Ents have actually got Milter power, so they've got really, really good sight lines into here. The good news is they're not about to push into James, but that's hardly the thing on his mind right now with football is so close.
Yeah. Well, Clip and Rod, I feel like they're probably going to be sitting here at least for a little while longer. In the meantime, down towards the southeast, I mean, the Heroic and the Team Rage kind of coming in from each their side. Now those kills are starting to go into the kill feed as well. Oh, is there going to be a push coming off this? I think there might be. Page did manage to get a knock. Back towards Liquid we go. First comes through.
Nelop jogou bem.
The hipfire gets spot as well. Perfect.
Trabalhou bem a granada.
One gets the flash in there. The second one gets the push. Smart play from Footballist.
Really nicely played.
Caramba, quer ver, ó? Dada essa safe é que ela puxa pra mini milta, quer ver? Vai puxar pra cá, ó. Aqui pra baixo. Olha lá, viu? Tá vendo? Aí assim, com essa safe aqui, 2 chances de fechar. A mais provável pra mim, é fechar nessa área aqui, ó. Ó, de mini milta, tá ligado? Padrão PCS Américas. Teve umas 2, 3 safe pra cá. Tem chance também de ela puxar pra milta. Que é essa área aqui, onde é que aí que tá. É uma área full aberta. Até mais aberta que aquela área de mini milta. Mas eu acho que ela vai puxar pra mini milta, velho. Onde é que aquela equipe aqui da BBL tá, ó, pra cá, ó. Justamente um pouquinho pra lá.
And waving the banner, saying to everyone, we are here, don't even think about it.
Just want to dissuade Ents here from moving in. They've got a really, really nice ridge. Everyone knows this ridge here next to Milter Power, but how long can Ents stay there? If FaZe Clan, for example, move out towards the coast, they might get a really cheeky backstab angle onto Ents. Not going to happen just yet, though, but half the team have spotted them. In the meantime, these guys need to find a way to get into zone. They're going to be stuck on the cliffs as Petulins does a... Oh, wow. Hello, that is Rocky. Is he on a boat or a car? What's going on here? And we have Footballers now being aggressed on by Northern Lights.
Full speed forward they come. Odin finds one, can't find the second. Spare able to stay alive, but fortunately, somehow Apocalypse
Apocalipse mandou bala. Nossa, ela vem SK, velho. SZ, perdão.
Northern Lights, we know we tend to do the same thing, but we'll show you now that we can do it better.
And here we go, footballist. Only nail cop left. Struggling a little bit against Sakura Zensen, who have spotted that this is a good opportunity for them. They know that NLT were here. They know that they're all dead, and they've come in to pick up the pieces. Very, very nicely done. I know they haven't got a lot of kills for it, but the timing from Sakura Zensen was excellent.
Oh, very, very good. Very good, no doubt about it. They knew exactly when to go, and now, I mean, even though they do get players knocked, they can easily get back up alive. Skate are, though, right now driving in north of them. I'm curious to see where they're planning on setting up shop, because if they come in behind Sakura Zensen, that could be dangerous. Now, in the meantime, Heroic opted to leave Team Rage. Team Rage now driving straight down the same path that Heroic went down towards. But no knocks coming through for anyone. So where does Team Rage opt to set up shop here? Maybe they go for the Wizard Tower down towards the south. I would assume that to be the case. Or they go straight into Enswit.
No.
Yep,
Oh, no.
That's what's happening. What? Squeaky run over by a vehicle takes the rest of them. Unfortunately,
Meh.
Schofield trying to stay put, stays alive, but okay, now they know. Now they know, and we're talking about Skate potentially pushing.
Caralho,
that's
maluco.
exactly what happened.
And this is now the 127th team to be in this compound this game, by the looks of things, as Sakura Zensen themselves get eliminated by Skade. So how much longer before someone like Road to Glory fancies themselves a go? That compound is actually out of the next circle.
Nossa, olha isso, que cover bom.
These revives. I mean, what's even better than using the roof or floor of a car, Toby, to block the bullets? Having two of them at once.
True. Let's see if Heroic
Aí, ó.
into Ensis position.
Ela fechou de
Just to
novo,
say,
né?
You know what I mean?
Ela literalmente vai fechar pra mim e meu, tá, cara?
Or maybe they do something else. I hope
Meu Deus,
they
gente.
Oh, I hope so.
Pega uma posição melhor, gente.
Tempty, in the meantime, peeking on over. He knows approximately, if not exactly, where Nailcrop is positioned. Now, easy peasy, pushes on over, takes him out, and football is 4-12.
So almost a perfect donut this next zone. Meaning that a lot of teams that already have compounds will not need to move. All of the action is going to be on the edge. Road to Glory and Navi.
Bem aí ela vai
have a minor
fechar.
disagreement. This isn't BBL full on rotating. This is their split. Moving up to where Code Marco is. So they're abandoning Mini Milta for now. Although Ketpa takes a lot of damage there and is probably going to have to go into heal, leaving the wheels of the vehicle exposed, which is fine. At least he survives. Now it's Road to Glory versus Navi on the northwest.
I like the fact that BBL leaves this one. They heard Ends down below. They heard Heroic coming in from the east. I mean, they weren't going to be able to maintain that split for much longer because Regnum were where they were. There was no way that the west side of the split could push back east. So smart play for them to group up and now be able to play from there. Iris, in the meantime, finds one. Road to Glory. Struggling here, but seeing what they can find. Trying to hold off Navi.
Navi, they're in a position where they... How do I put it? The circle is going to push them sooner than the team is because they've got so much good cover. They've got all these big rocks. They don't have to worry about anyone pushing in. So they're going to have a chance of rotating a little bit further west instead. Gustav getting aggressed upon by the rest of Hal. Good grenade in. Gustav going into the next room and then immediately moving back to where the nade hit in case a complementary nade comes across the other side. All makes perfect sense. I think Hal are going to become resident here next to these two UASs, but I don't know where they go from here.
Issue is that, as you can see, the staircase towards the top floor, should Hal want to make a play, is in a spot like it's just exactly at the angle from which Face can't really do a whole lot to defend. So if they want to, that's a pretty free flush on towards 80, unless of course, Gustav, sorry, unless if 80 has something to say, finds the first.
Oi, cheesy, mais cheesy.
Has to go back to reload, half HP though on the Howl player on the other side. Ruin trying to stay put. Down in the valley below.
Sobe, 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 sobe. Sobe, 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 tu vai conseguir ver os caras pelo high ground. Sobe. Sobe.
Oh, that would have been the Billy Big Balls play, that's for sure. But no, we're playing it safe for now. FaZe Clan in the upper hand position here.
Bela ganha do
Beautiful
Fex.
grenade from Fex. That knocks Ruin now as well, and it is all down to the
Nossa
Mad. Actually,
senhora!
they're probably saved HC from getting knocked.
Quase matou a gente.
Second grenade,
Ó, tá vendo?
finishes off Hal.
Ó, a gente tem uma safe idêntica à safe da PCS Américas, onde o Sharp Shot bateu o Dacia nele e ele saiu voando. A gente tem uma safe idêntica, cara. Idêntica, velho.
Midst of healing, one of them has to cancel the heal, making it for a pretty straightforward 1v1, almost a 1v2. So a nice reaction from HC to instantly go help his teammate.
Now elsewhere, we're taking a look at Road to Glory. They didn't end up pushing down towards Na'Vi, by the way, because Na'Vi disengaged from that. So as a result, they've actually got the I would say the 11 o'clock position of the circle entirely to themselves. They can choose how much shooting they want to do. They can choose if they want to sit in there and not take any damage, maybe save their utility, save their vests and helmets. It's entirely up to them how they want to play right now. They know that Na'Vi's somewhere to their south. They know that someone is in the compound to their east. And frankly, that's about it.
I was just going to say, does Correx
Nossa, Correx.
One finds two. Such a terrifying player to have to go up against. Up on the roof, T-Bone is perfectly positioned to try and get an off angle there as well. EB trying to make the run on forward. Gemty caught inside the little guardhouse there. Skate thought they had a play to make the wrap around the building itself, but Correx says no.
Very nicely denied there by Corexi. Now him and Paige are both going to be watching like hawks. Jempty needs to get away, but doesn't want to get so far that he ends up in the clutches of another team. The problem is phase 5 is moving down. 1 minute, 20 seconds remaining. Ibby goes down to one shot effectively. Jempty now running along the outside wall to change.
Nossa, Apocalipse deu sprayzinho nele.
Ibby, that's him down.
Faltou HP.
In the midst.
Faltou HP, mano, pro cara da SCAD chegar lá, tá ligado? Faltou HP, literalmente, mano. Se não me engano foi Ibiza, isso, foi Ibiza que morreu aqui. Cara, o HP que ele perdeu lá pro capa do outro, literalmente foi o HP que faltou, tá ligado? E olha a granada do Gustav, lá vem a pelota perfeita. Ui, foi quase, cara. Se ela dasse aqui, nocava os dois, explodia se dasse aqui ainda. E olha só outra nade, velho, meu Deus do céu. Mais uma molotov e o Alia tá pegando fogo.
Right now, single-handedly nailed two of them. We've got Melman and Quizzy still continuing to hold out the fort here with additional nades coming out from Thunder.
Caralho,
maluco! Good for them at all. Quizzy eats another one. It's Melman now.
Meu quanto utilitário, velho. Tu tá maluco.
Not a whole lot to do, I think, honestly. Heroic in the meantime, well, might as well get in the car, even if it is just for a 20-meter rotation. Rather safe than sorry. They have to smoke on one side, now they have to smoke on the other, but now also they realize they have to make a move again as the circle shifts towards small.
Lembra do círculo que eu falei, ó? Ó o círculo que eu falei. Lembra?
Everyone else is going to be fighting for real estate as they move in to phase number 6. BBL completely out. Heroic completely out. Ents completely out. FaZe only Gustav is in, and Road to Glory have to come in from the north side. So this is going to become a pressure cooker in about 45 seconds time. I reckon you'll see at least 2 of these teams fall in all-out firefights.
I'm curious to see how much Road to Glory is going to do to make sure no one's going to be able to push up their hill. Because right now, I mean, they essentially have the only spot available that isn't taken already, and they need to make sure no one can push them out of it. Instead, though, it seems like they're full speed sending it into a drone. That hillside available. Okay, that's a play I didn't see coming. I mean, again, I guess it was a downhill slant in towards Entropic regardless.
O Tiaboni pegou HE, né? Não.
The worst idea, but clearly didn't work out the way that they wanted it to.
Heroic now taking a lot of nades from Ents, who have taken so much damage themselves. Kurexi coming in with a beautiful game so far today. Manages to get Nookie down as well, and Ents are also struggling. If you don't revive T-Bone now, he's not getting back up. Ents now moving in. All of these teams, by the way, have so far to go to get into zone. Even if you kill the teams here, you need to figure out what the heck you do next.
And FaZe has a perfect line of sight on everything Heroic is doing from here.
Caramba, mano.
One like one piece of cover at a time, making their way on forward. Road to Glory falls in their attempt to make the transition down towards Entropic. The two players there stand strong, and as you can see here, perfect vision over towards Heroic. Literally nowhere they can go, and they still have 100 meters to the circle.
Rough times for Heroic. That is not in the next circle, by the way, so they've got a lot of thinking to do. BBL are in front of them trying to make their way in there, so maybe hoping that BBL are the team to pave the way for them. The problem is FaZe Clan have their number and know exactly what's going on their bellies, trying their best to keep out of sight of FaZe Clan. And they're doing a good job so far, but they've got another 50 or so meters to go.
Pois é, não tem onde jogar, velho. Nossa, tá caindo 2 drops, cara. Mano, se esse game não for vencido pela FaZe Clan, cara, tem 2 drops nas costas dos caras. Os caras conseguem pegar os drops, porque não tem ninguém mais nas costas dos caras. Tá ligado? Os caras conseguem, velho. Nossa, e o Captain e o Codimarco conseguiram eliminar a Heroic, que caiu na 6ª colocação. E olha quando é que caiu o drop, velho. Caramba, maluco. Literal... Que? Tem 3 drop, velho. Tem 3 drop ali, velho. Um ali, outro lá e outro lá, velho. Caralho, maluco.
Everything that isn't a compound, FaZe Clan essentially has dominion over.
Exactly. I mean, FaZe has had a pretty tough time in the tournament so far. They haven't had a double-digit kill game through the first 9, and their late game presence hasn't really been that much to talk of either. Today they had themselves a 2nd place and a 5th place, that it hasn't been much, so this is a massive turnaround for them. Hopefully they can take the momentum they're getting here and convert it into even more good games tomorrow.
Now, BBL have played some fantastic games. They've gotten a couple of wins as well. They're doing okay here, but I have to say, phase 7, hard shifting to the 1 o'clock position.
Yeah.
Very lucky for BBL because they do not want to have to cross the road. If they can avoid crossing the road for as long as possible, that is absolutely critical to them right now. So they now have a chance to force all of the other teams to engage first.
I was going to say, essentially, they're relying on that crate being inside the next circle, too, because if not, then they're most likely going to be
a little bit. Yeah,
Ivers sneaking his way into the circle. You know what? Sometimes you're flashy and you take out 3 players from ends in a second. Sometimes you're just going to prone down and let everyone else do the fighting for you. As I say that, of course, Ivers ain't just going to prone down and do nothing. He knows there's a Navi player on the other side. That nade is going to be good. It's going to be on point. And once again, Entropic make their way into the top 4.
So here we go. FaZe Clan with all 4 up. BBL and Thunder as trios. Entropic now as a duo. Phase 7 coming in now. Where will our teams go? FaZe Clan, they've got so much room to maneuver on that southern hill. And they could potentially go up to the electricity pylon as well if they really wanted to. I think they'd like to avoid that. Entropic kind of in the open, but they're okay because there's a hill behind them, so no one's backstabbing them in this position.
This right now is everyone's going to be waiting for the next 31 seconds.
I think so, yeah.
I don't think anyone's going to... I mean, as much as FaZe are currently pushing in this direction, I don't see them hard committing to taking out Entropic before they know if the circle is even going to force them away from the south. Because if they start making that play and just one gets knocked, I mean, it is Entropic they're going up against after all. And Thunder makes their way out towards the east. Like, it's going to be incredibly dangerous for them. So don't risk it before you know if it's necessary at all or not.
Are we going to see a southern hard shift to FaZe, a northern hard shift to BBL? Almost the 4 points of a compass here, and it's Entropic, the team with 2.
You just cast a curse both of them, because the only 2 teams that aren't in is BBL and FaZe. Thank you, Joro.
I was making things interesting.
Literally cast a curse in both the teams you mentioned there.
Look, the team with the fewest players has the most advantaged position. I think that's fair.
I suppose so. Now, I mean, obviously, FaZe realized...
A única chance da BBL conseguir ganhar ali e sair com vida e tal é se aí que a FaZe bate de frente, tá ligado? E aí a FaZe, perdão, puxe pra posição da Thunder, tá ligado? Aí a BBL sai viva. Se não, quando a BBL começar a rotacionar, vai tomar muito tiro da Thunder, velho. Vai tomar muito tiro da Thunder. E, cara, a FaZe Clan tá jogando demais essa partida, cara. Os caras estão com 12 kills já e estão vindo pra frente, velho. Estão puxando. Ó, a Thunder já pegou o Double, pegou o Thunder Lodge.
falling apart, but not quite the case. Does QB get this rest? I would have to imagine that QB won't be able to do a whole lot about it. Faceland simply not allowing him the time to get it up. In the meantime, not wanting to over-aggress the FX though, with the double headshot connected and dropping out. BBL in trouble as well, making their way on down from Heroes, and so much damage coming through.
Ó,
Now with
tá vendo?
Faceland being done with Entropic, they can focus their attention towards Thunder.
Agora a FaZe Clan tá, tipo, literalmente, ó, indo pra cima, tá ligado? Eita, coitado do Tenderlock. Agora vamos ver o trabalho. O Codemar conseguiu ficar, tipo, safe. Tá no limite da safe. Vai bater fase 8. Aí a 9 começa, GG. Aí a FaZe Clan vai começar a ir pra frente da Thunder. É só eles esperar o Codemar aparecer por causa da safe, tá ligado? Ele tem um espaço ainda para rotacionar. Só que ele é mínimo. Então ele vai morrer super rápido se pá. A não ser que ele faça muita smoke e tal, tenta se proteger. O que pode ser feito, tipo, um monte de granada pra ele não ter smoke, não, ele tá morto. GG, velho.
Engaging on FaZe at all. If anything, he's gonna engage in Thunder, and hopefully for Thunder, they will be able to take out Marco before they have to engage in FaZe. But the issue is right now, because Thunder has been in this building for so long, FaZe is perfectly positioned to just deny them any sort of entry to this thing.
The longer this goes on, the less good it will be for Thunder.
Nossa, o Codemar conseguiu morrer.
Code Marco.
Eu Digger tava esperto.
He cannot stay in there for long, and Diggory says, thank you very much. It's now Thunder versus FaZe. It's not even Sunday.
Foi quase, cara, quase que ele consegue.
Spreading out 2-2, splitting out as best as they can. Hirosen with a shotgun in the middle of everything. Unfortunately, running into the molly there is going to try to see if he can back on up at least to some extent. 16 kills, looking to be the second team today to get 19 unless if Thunder opts to deny the points here. Solid, if not near perfect game for FaZe, still having all 4 alive after all that confrontation.
Utility coming through now. Thunder focusing on the smokes, saying, look, we don't have the advantageous position, but if we have enough smokes to make this an even fight. And to be fair, if they use their smokes well, absolutely good. Was that a pan getting charged
I
by
think
smokes?
it was. I think it was.
Love it.
This is absurd. 8C up close, prone on down. Spots one. 8C goes stop working together. Vex peeking on over as well. Micah does find one, but will he get more of it? Just 1 HP left. Somehow still alive.
Ui, acertou. 19 kills.